Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we are going to go ahead and talk a little bit about the 2024 Republican ticket because it's already shaping up. The, uh, the candidates who are interested in the presidency are kind of making it clearer already. And you have two distinct groups that will be trying to dislodge what is presumed to be a Donald Trump attempt to get the nomination again. The first group is Cheney, Hogan, and Kinzinger. These are people who really, to be honest, I don't think they really care necessarily about winning the presidency. I think this is more about attempting to salvage the Republican Party and make sure that Trump can't damage it further from their point of view. All three have made it pretty clear that they're at least entertaining the idea of running. Now, Hogan and Kinzinger, they're not going to be seeking re-election. Cheney will be. Some people are reading that as the two that aren't are more serious about the presidential run. I would suggest that maintaining an election staff could be scaled up for a presidential run. I don't know if I agree with that analysis. The other thing that's important to note here is that all three in this group, they're pretty friendly. They won't be slinging a lot of mud at each other. So they may make it a little bit further than people might anticipate. Now, it's also important to note, again, their goal isn't necessarily to win, I don't think. It's just to block Trump. Now, people who are outside of this group who are likely to get somewhere in a primary run, the two obvious ones are Pence and DeSantis. There's a lot of people throwing Christie's name in there. I'm going to be honest, I don't see that one. Maybe he attempts the run. I don't see it going anywhere, though. Now, Pence and DeSantis will also be taking shots at Trump. They'll be trying to knock him out of the way because they're going to try to appeal to that same base. So they will definitely be slinging mud at each other, which might leave the first group of candidates kind of open because they're not going to be perceived as a threat, even though in one way they may be the biggest threat of all to anybody from the Republican Party taking the White House in 2024. And that's that it doesn't appear that they have ruled out a run as an independent. Recent polling suggests that 30% of Republicans do not want Trump on the ticket, period. So, if two members from that first group, say Cheney and Hogan, decided to run as independents, they wouldn't have to get much to achieve their goal. Because again, it doesn't appear that their goal is getting in the White House. It appears the goal is trying to salvage the Republican Party and keep it from being under Trump for another 4 years. If they run as independents, just 3% of the vote, 2% of the vote, that is probably enough to swing the whole election. Now, we'll start to see this really shape up right after the midterms. They're jockeying for position and kind of feeling people out at the moment, but it will become much more public right after the midterm elections. So there's our first little sneak peek at who's likely to be trying to get the presidential nomination for the Republican Party. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.